Okay, thanks so much.
You come in here.
Oh, I got
Mother,
it.
oh my God. Mother would
I
probably
gotta
be
change
17
the,
person.
yeah.
Maybe 92. Yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I got the wrong information.
Yeah.
If you make sure to tell Jackie
Yeah.
right after this.
Yeah.
That was, you know, that's exactly, well, I
Yeah.
just dictated a note to him.
You might want to suggest that Bob look over there, huh?
All right.
We're simply here to, kind of touch base with all this time,
Sure.
number one. Number two is to see if there's any way that we can help you in the work that I know that you're doing. If you would kind of brief us on anything that, might be going on.
I think we'll wait until that
Sure.
camera's out of here,
Yeah.
and we'll talk a little more
Yeah.
sensitively about
Serious
what's good.
discussion.
It's not every day that we get the mayor of Rantoul here.
That's right.
So, that's why we're happy to be
We
here.
also recognize that we can make your work harder if we're not working in concert
Sure.
with whatever you're doing.
Absolutely.
So more than anything, I appreciate your, attention to this from the word go.
Well, you know, we were,
You know, the fait accompli isn't what's happening now. It's the creation of the commission in the first instance. That was the
Exactly.
part that was devastating.
and
Yes,
to
yes.
take a look at domestic bases and not to look at
Yeah.
overseas bases at all.
Yeah.
Just, you know, just doesn't make sense.
Well,
There
people
was an
really-
article in the paper the other day in the Washington Post that I have on my desk.
The people of Rantoul, you know, are very patriotic people. And if they looked at the figures and felt and believed the figures that were put out, you know, second with the figures that were put out, then put out in relation to the Podagrosi.
Charlie Smith and Alan Staff have done some good work.
Yes. Yes.
Frank's, mother's death, we had a meeting scheduled for this week, but then it canceled.
Eagles Milberg will be very cooperative with
He
you.
has been, he has
He's a
been.
super guy.
Yeah.
Yes, he is solid as a rock.
Well, yeah, Bunch just a little tighter?
Sure.
Okay, Dave, we're rolling.
Mayor, what's the message you brought to Washington today to tell Senator Simon and Senator Dixon?
Anything that we can do in Rantoul to be helpful to their efforts to help us to either keep Chanute open or get the best deal that we can upon closure is what we're after, but hopefully to keep Chanute open.
Is there a strategy that's emerging that you're pursuing with Senator Dixon, who's on the Armed Services Committee?
Well, yes, the main thing will be to take a look at the law that set up the commission in the first place and a number of other things that look at the figures behind the commission report, see if they will hold up, which we doubt, and work with them to see if there's not a way that we can turn this thing around.
Senator Dixon, don't you and Senator Simon go into this fight with enormous odds against you?
Well, I think it is a difficult fight because of the provisions of the base closing bill. I would point out that Senator Simon and I opposed that bill because of the very dire implications of this legislation. But we're going to have hearings in the Armed Services Committee and question what's been done. We would hope that the mayor and her friends back home ultimately file a lawsuit questioning the constitutionality of the commission and its report. And so there are a variety of things that Senator Simon and I will do, along with Congressman Madigan and Congressman Bruce, to oppose this closing of Chanute.
Senator Simon, what's your feeling about the sense among your colleagues of support or non-support for the Commission's report?
Well, if you're talking about rejection of the whole report, Senator Dixon and I are in agreement. I don't think the Congress will reject the whole report. And there unquestionably are some meritorious closings. Yeah. In the case of Chanute, clearly they didn't follow their own guidelines. There's just no question that they're going to do harm to the Air Force as well as great harm to the Rantoul community.
What was your message for the mayor and for the city of Rantoul today?
Get in and grab every hold you can. We're going to do the same thing here on the Washington scene.
I would agree with that.
That's it.
Yeah, a wide shot with David and Sean.
Oh, yeah, we have a Democratic conference luncheon.
Yeah.
Dave,
So.
hold the mic up.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What was your message to Senator Dixon and Senator Simon today?
Certainly, thank you for everything that you've done so far, and we look forward to really working even harder in the future, and we believe that we can get this thing turned around by all of us working together.
And is there a feeling that there's a chance of the strategy working and overturning the decision as far as Chanute is concerned?
Well, we're facing an uphill fight. There's just no question about it. But we've won uphill fights from time to time in the past, and we're not about to give up.
Senator Dixon, are you organizing right now for the hearings that will get underway on your committee?
Yes, we're prepared to ask a lot of hard questions in the hearing. We've been working on that for over a month now. The mayor and her friends have indicated they're going to send someone here that'll carefully audit everything that takes place in the committee hearings, both on the Senate and House side in the Armed Services Committees. And I feel very hopeful that we can do some solid things there.
I'm optimistic that this is going to be the year, something like 27 co-sponsors already today, and we expect to increase that. More important, last year, Government Affairs, optimistic, hopeful that we will not only act again favorably on it, but early this year. As Senator Ford has also pointed out, the incoming the support at this stage of the administration. Now, why should we say this kind of reform is so important? What's important about doing something once every 2 years? Better programming. It will also help reduce the deficit. Not in and of itself, but will help move us that direction.
No, not that I know of. I introduced it in 1981, a similar bill, and Senator Roth has been doing the same thing, and so we joined together. And a survey last year by a group found that 85% of the members of the House and Senate favored a 2-year bill. Congressman Panetta actually introduced a 2-year budget in 1977, and late last year he introduced a bill. I don't think he conferenced with us at all, but his thoughts and ours were similar because his bill was similar to the one that we introduced and was able to get out on the Senate floor, at least on the calendar. So now he is chairman of the House Budget Committee. We're very hopeful that we will find a cooperative venture here and be able to move this procedure forward in an orderly manner. I don't know. We have not talked with him. The information staff's been talking back and forth that he wants to get his feet on the ground as chairman of the Budget Committee, and then he's very serious about giving thought to this type of legislation. I don't think Senator Roth and I, either one, are actually wed to the dotting every I and crossing every T in our legislation. We think it's a good piece of legislation, but I think it's the concept. It has been endorsed by a wide range of political organizations and the business organizations that we're right at 27 or 28 senators, and we put the letter out only Monday or Tuesday and Monday. And so the support's coming very fast. Yes. Yes, includes us. 27 or 28.
Senator, with the wide range of support that you had on this, why has it taken 8 years to get this done?
Well, I'm not the wide range of support's just beginning to come. I think that those of us that had the experience with a 2-year budget as governor could see how the planning of the expenditure of that money was important. Saw that the minute you start at Congress, the budget's introduced, you start having hearings, the House goes first, the Senate goes next, and then we go to conference, then we're having continuing resolutions. We're not able to have the compliance review that's necessary on the contracts after we receive products to be sure that we don't even have a warranty on a lot of things. And if you remember, about 3 years ago, we started that based on warranty to the Defense Department. So I think we've got a lot of time. A lot of time has passed, but the experience has brought us to this point where this looks like a good idea. It's time. It's an idea whose time's arrived. Yes, ma'am.
Who do you expect to oppose the legislation?